Good afternoon, sir. The
Yeah,
first
good afternoon.
question I would like to ask in this interview is that every year do you have a fixed number of vacancies? Like the number of people you're going to hire, is there a fixed number or a limit to it?
No, there is no fixed number. In fact, we hire very less people. Very, very less. We are not a service company, so it's not a bulk hiring. We are very, very selective in hiring, and there are years when we don't hire at all, or that's all possible. So, and in most of the cases when we are hiring, we are only hiring one person, but I think this is an extraordinary situation where we are hiring right now three engineers.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
so how do you decide like the new people that you require? Like you have already people assigned to particular post. How do you add on to it?
So I think I mentioned this earlier also many times. We don't have a positions. We have all engineers. We all work together to create new things. So just when we think there are a lot of jobs, either to manage infrastructure or to develop new software, and we are feeling there is a requirement that we should have a teammate, then we just add.
Okay, sir. My next question is so that if someone wants to apply for a job in your company, how do they reach out to you?
They don't need to reach out to us. Usually, we will publish the openings through different social media channels as well as on our blog and on the career page of our website. So they can visit there, see the openings available, and apply through the page. We get huge number of applications, so we screen through them, and when we feel like to get back, we get back to those candidate, and yeah, that's how people can apply.
So a lot of fresh graduates and experienced people, like there must be a mixed number of people from different backgrounds applying for job positions at your company. So how do you sift through that many applications? Like you said just right now that you get a lot of applications.
Yes. Yeah, but we take out time to go through each application. We don't want to keep any kind of automatic filters. That's not how we do, because we don't ask for a certain degree, or we don't ask for certain qualification. We completely rely on the interaction. So yeah, it is a time consuming, but it's fun. But definitely on our website, we have different sections like. For experienced people, there is a separate section, and for a fresh graduate, there is a separate section. For a fresh graduate, it is pretty much simple that people apply, and one automatic email go. We talk about a lot of process and all those things. Then we ask them to just develop some kind of a project and send it to us. And if we like that, we ask them to come and join for a certain period, and show that they can really improve and do it better. So there is a little bit longer process when we hire experienced people.
Okay, sir. So my next question is that a lot of people from Pune must be applying, but what about the people who do not reside in Pune? How do you go about their selection process? Like people
Uh, yeah, so since last 2 years, we really don't insist people to travel to Pune. Earlier, of course, when people have to work, they had to travel to Pune and start living in Pune because they need to work in our office. But interview process was still then also was possible through telephone or Skype or other video conferencing calls. So, uh, but now that you don't need to come to Pune, because we are completely remote company, people can work from anywhere. So they don't need to come to Pune to work, or they don't need to interview. No, everything from interview to onboarding to start working, everything happens virtually, and people can work from anywhere where they feel the best fit. We don't insist anybody to come down. In fact, matter of fact, this 31st July will be our ending our lease of office, so we will be not having any more office even.
Oh wow, that is
Yeah, yeah.
So my next question is that apart from educational achievements, what other factors do attract you the most?
Uh, so actually, we never ask any. We don't ask anybody what is their graduation. You might be a computer science graduate or engineer or anything. We what it matters to us that if you are engineer, can you code? If you are a UI guy, can you visualize and design something? Show us, and if we it is really good and we can use it in our production, then that means we know you are the right person to work with us as far as the skills goes. Then the secondly, we check for the your compatibility with our company culture. Uh, we are now very careful about the communication also because the remote working need a lot of good communication. So probably after skills, we look at the uh, whether you are culture fit or not.
Okay, sir. This year is a very special year because of the lockdown and the pandemic. So this year, how do you plan on hiring fresh graduates?
No, nothing has changed about that. As long as we have a requirement, we are going to hire. We are hiring 3 engineers right now at a senior position. And for a fresh graduate, it's a more or less it's a preparation for future. So when we hire a fresh graduate, we know that it's going to be 1 year until they can actually get into our real stuff. Depending on person, some people can catch up very fast and they are good enough, but still it takes at least 6 to 8 months for them to get into the real project. So um, we keep hiring fresh graduates. We keep giving them an opportunity uh, over the period of 3 months. If we took, let's say, 5, 10 people, only 2 people survive. No, because either because they give up too early, or some of them are get some better opportunities during that time. That's fine with us, and others are like they are not as per our standard, or we don't think they will survive after that. So it, they have to really prove and earn themselves. We don't take interview, but they have to earn the job. We don't take interview because we don't think we can ask any question to freshers, because anyway they are just starting. But 3 months with us is a pretty much a long time for them to prove that they can learn and survive.
So as there are no interview, no entrance test policy at Shimbi Labs, what does someone do to stand out among the crowd?
Write the code. So there is no brain teaser test, or no. We don't ask a weird question like how many gas stations are there in your city, or we don't ask people how will you travel to moon on the bicycle, how much day it will take. We don't ask such kind of a weird question. So just simply we give them a test and they can do perform the coding test. We just read their code and ask them few questions, and we don't even ask them to write code in a particular language. They can select, or if they don't know even something like that sort, they can write in a logic. That is good enough for us.
So after someone gets hired at Shimbi Labs, what is the day-to-day responsibility of the person according to the different positions?
So we have only 2 positions, one engineering, not non-engineering. On non-engineering only there are 3 people, including me. So they do everything else which engineers cannot do. And for engineers, write good code, uh, learn new things, uh, deliver on time. That's all.
Great. So these were the questions I had for this interview.
Great. Thank you for your time. And I think I just wanted to make here an announcement. We are hiring 3 engineers for to join our engineering team. They can be a specialist like a web application or a mobile application, but we would love to have a full stack engineer who knows how to code for mobile as well as web. Especially, we are looking for PHP engineers and mobile engineers with capability to write cross platform code like on Android and iOS. And openings is already posted on the website, so I will request everyone to visit and start applying.
Okay, sir.